We chose our name Daystar based on our faith
and wanted to incorporate it into our business by being a light bringer in the communities we serve.
It is our mission to staff our dealerships with employees with extremely high character, integrity, a servant mentality, and a spirit of excellence that is designed to deliver the best experiences to our customers in both our sales and service departments.
From our ownership to management and our entire staff, everyone is here to help you along the way. So don't hesitate to call, and we hope to see you soon. Congratulations from our family to yours.
We are Daystar.
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 Welcome to the Daystar Ford Coaches Corner show, brought to you by Daystar Ford of Garrettsville. I'm your host, Kevin Sleds. With me is my co-host, Derek Dimmitt. Derek, how are you tonight?
Doing good. It's opening week. The excitement is building, and what better way to get it started than having Coach Brode with us?
Yep, our special guest tonight is Waterloo Vikings head coach, Nate Brode. Nate, how are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on ahead of your big opener against Springfield on Friday.
Yeah, we've been prepping, all off season and summertime now. This week one is finally here, so I know our guys are excited, our coaches are excited, and it's upon us now.
All right, so let's start off talking about your coaching career, kind of how you got started into coaching high school football, and then eventually how you ended up at Waterloo.
Yeah, this is my 15th year now of coaching football. I'm an intervention specialist, and I got into the school system 15 years ago, and always wanted to coach. And I've coached every year that I've been a teacher, and started at the youth, the middle school level, and then the varsity. And this will be my 10th as a head coach, and then 11th as a varsity football coach, with 4 other years at the junior high level. I just really appreciate all the time that I spent with a lot of my mentors and a lot of former coaches, and I've been able to grasp things that they do well, and kind of mold my own teaching style, my own teaching philosophy, and how I kind of approach the game and the kids.
Yeah, piggybacking off that, Coach, how would you describe your coaching style? Some are more meticulous, some are a little bit more animated. What can we expect to see from Coach Brode on the sideline?
I would say I get a little bit animated on Friday nights, but I'm a really structured individual that, I have our practice plans down to the exact minute of what we're doing. I'm very good with communication with my staff and our kids, and I take pride in articulating the game plan to our guys, and expectations that we have as a football team and football coaches that we want our kids to exhibit, and we model it, and they're supposed to do as we do as a staff. I definitely appreciate accountability. I think that's one of my pet peeves sometimes. When people are not accountable, whether it's coaches or athletes or whatever. So that's one thing I always preach about: being at practice, being at games, being a good teammate. Those things are really important. The game of football teaches you so much, and being accountable and being a good person is definitely high on my list of priorities.
All right, so obviously during football season, you're a very, very busy guy from camp to the end of the season. So how do you kind of balance that work-home life during the season?
Yeah, it's challenging once the school year starts. The summertime is very enjoyable, just like the season's enjoyable as well. Just the time crunch, your body gets into a little bit of lack of sleep, I would say, come September, late August, September, and October. But I really enjoy the summer months, being off as a teacher and spending my summers with the athletes and the assistant coaches. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I think our coaches, would say the same thing.
And then, what are, talk about some hobbies away from the football field, 15 years kind of in the trenches, but what do you like to do kind of to have that escape?
Yeah, spending time with my family, I think that's extremely important. I mean, football is such a big part of my life that it never truly escapes myself. I mean, my family growing up, that's what we did. If we weren't playing football, we were talking football, and that's just such a big part of our family. And somehow that always is ingrained, whether it's the winter months, the fall months, the spring months. There's always talk about that, but definitely spending time with the loved ones. I mean, that's the number one thing, and just showing my appreciation to everybody that's in my circle.
All right. So recently, you took the guys on a fun trip to Cleveland Browns training camp, and I got a couple pictures I took. There's Keyshawn and Shador.
That's awesome.
Some of the guys lined up there getting autographs. I'll just talk about that trip and kind of a team bonding and how fun that was for you guys.
Yeah, it was a blast. I think for most of the kids, if not all the kids, that was the first time being at the Cleveland Browns training camp, and they treated us so well, up there, and were able to get us some additional tickets when we needed it. And I think the kids just really enjoyed being together, but not at our football practice, but having football around us. They got to see some drills that the NFL players, professionals are doing. That I made sure that they understood why they were doing it. We talked about it. They asked questions about why they're doing this particular drill, or could we incorporate it in our scheme, our practice plans or our routines throughout the season. And we've actually already implemented a few of those that the athletes liked or the coaches liked. But it was a great team bonding experience. We got to get away from our training facility, our practice field, and see the kids in a different light. And they had a blast. I mean, they were getting autographs, at the very end, and they were waiting in line. And I think they just had a really good experience. And I'm glad we get to, provide them with that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity and something that, the kids will take with them for years to come, and, kind of look back on that. And what a great opportunity to, like you said, get to see professionals doing it. And it's something that, anyone that's picked up a pigskin in the backyard has dreamed of. So to have the opportunity to get out there in Berea and visit the team, get out there on the practice field and get some autographs, that's such a great opportunity that you guys had.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it really was. It was inspiring and motivational, and it was good.
So Kevin and I were out there a few weeks back at the Midnight Madness practice, and he talked to you a little bit there about the team. But for those that are tuning in that maybe haven't got a chance to go back and watch that, it is posted on our YouTube channel if you would like to go back and listen to that. But now, as we lead into week one, can you just talk about the Waterloo Vikings and kind of what your expectations here as the season gets ready to kick off in a few nights?
Yeah, I mean, our guys have been working hard. We've gotten more and more guys out. I think we're up to low 20s now, which, I mean, we were in the teens last year. So to get into anything in the 20s, I'm super happy about, and I kind of give a lot of credit to my coaching staff for putting in a great offseason with these kids and trying to get more and more kids to buy into football at Waterloo, and just get more kids out, talking about the game. And expectations, listen, they cannot, have the same expectations that the results that we had last year. I mean, there's no way that's on our minds at all. It's got to be the complete opposite. We have to be competitive in these football games. It's deflating when you're not, and it's hard to get the kids up every single week. And when we were part of so many lopsided games, so expectations are to be in ball games and win ball games. I mean, that's ultimately how we're going to be defined at the end of the season. And I think we have the guys that can do it. I have a couple of leaders on this team that They're playing well. They're practicing well. They had a good scrimmage against Latonia, and I got a couple underclassmen that can play the game. They're smart, fly to the ball. So I'm hoping the results this coming year, and I believe they will be different. We just gotta do it on Friday nights, from here on out to really show it off.
All right, so before we get into the fun rapid fire questions, we mentioned your opener Friday against Springfield. Just kind of preview that matchup. I know last year you guys had a banger of a game. You guys came up a little short. What are you expecting this year?
Yeah, I mean they return eight on offense. That's anytime you return 8 starters on offense, that's going to be challenging for our defense. So they return 4 starters on the defensive side, but some of the other kids got some playing time throughout. I see a somewhat of a mirrored team. I mean, they have some really good athletes. They got a couple really nice linemen for them, both offensively and defensively. That if we don't stand our ground and have good form and technique, we're going to struggle up front with some of these guys. And then they got a 3-year starter returner, a quarterback coming back that caused us some issues last year. Kind of got a little bit loose in the backfield, and we were able to find some guys open. But ultimately, that game last year was came down to our special teams and our turnovers. I mean, we had some turnovers that I know we would all want to take back. I think it led to 16 points. We lose by 8. We give up a kick return for a touchdown with 25 seconds to go in the half. What an entertaining first half that game was. I believe it was 30-something to 20-something, and then the defense has stepped up in the second half. But I expect a hard-hitting matchup. I expect our guys to compete. I know our guys are really hungry for a win, and we are at home. It's our home opener, and we want to kind of right the ship and make sure that this season is a completely 180 flip of last year.
All right, definitely looking forward to it since I'll be out there. All right, now we've got some fun rapid fire questions to kind of wrap it up here. I'll get it started. So, taking away football coach, what would be your dream job? Maybe something you always wanted to do, like growing up as a kid.
Wow, you definitely put me on the spot right there. I was writing papers in my sophomore, junior year about how I wanted to be a teacher and a football coach. Okay. So I would probably want to be, probably somewhere either a doctor or a lawyer. I think I'm interested in kind of both those fields.
Okay, good choices.
So, Coach Brode, are you more of a dog person or a cat person?
Wow, if you asked me that question just 3 years ago, I would have said dog 100%. And now I now have these two cats for the first time in my life. And right now I think I have to lean towards the cat.
All right.
All right. This one's kind of a two-parter. Hot dog or burger?
Burger.
All right. And what are you topping it with?
Relish, ketchup, cheese.
All right.
Would you rather take a vacation to a beach or a mountain?
I really enjoy traveling to Denver, Colorado. I think the mountains, the Rockies are unbelievable. I would probably go with a mountain there.
Nice.
Okay. How about your biggest fear or biggest phobia?
Definitely claustrophobia for sure. That would probably be one of my biggest fears too. Yeah, I'm definitely claustrophobic.
Favorite restaurant?
Favorite, what's that?
Restaurant, sorry.
Ooh, restaurant. Salvatore's.
Ooh.
All right. How about your favorite movie? I know it's a tough one.
Wow. Oh, man. There's a movie back in the day called Almost Heroes. I used to always laugh with Matthew Perry and Chris Farley. It was just I'd probably go with Almost Heroes. Anytime you get Chris Farley and Matthew Perry in a movie, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
If you could have one superpower for a day, what would that be?
Flying.
What?
The ability to fly. Yeah, I don't like traffic, so I like to just go right above that.
Yep. Great choice. Are you more of a morning person or a night owl?
Morning. I can do 5 a.m., 6 a.m. all the time. Can't promise 9, 10 o'clock at night. Football season a little bit rough. Yeah.
Some late nights and early mornings. Yes. Favorite band or musician?
Leaning towards like Jack Johnson. I think I would probably go there with Jack Johnson.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So before we wrap it up, what can fans expect out of the 2026 Waterloo Vikings this season?
I think it's a team that looks unified. I think they're going to be playing for each other. I think it's going to be hard hitting, aggressive, defensive minded, flying to the football, sustaining our blocks, and ultimately being a good teammate to each other and having each other's back. Really believing that the guy next to you is going to do his job, or at least try his best to do his job on every single play. And I think through that, they'll be inspired to play a little bit harder, play a little bit longer. And if we can be, the meanest, toughest team that plays the longest, I think we're going to be in a lot of these football games.
All right. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on with us and taking some time out of your day to do so. And so that'll wrap up this week's episode. Next week, we will have Crestwood Red Devils coach Jack D'Amato joining the show before their big matchup against Garfield. So once again, thanks to Coach Brode. Thank you, Derek. And
thank you, guys.
Coach, we'll see you Friday.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.